Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be changing the oil and oil filter in the 2018 Street Bob FXBB. Really easy to do. It's great to do it at home, saves you quite a bit of money taking it to the dealership. Here's all the bits and pieces we need to do the job. We've got a brand new pack of 2050 oil from the dealership, 3.78 litres, a new black oil filter, 5/8 socket to take the oil plug off, sump plug, must do new O-rings for the sump plug, and an oil wrench. It's 3/8 there, so just a 3/8, but helps to take the oil filter off, especially if someone's done it up too tight. Now these bikes have 3 plugs: engine oil, primary oil and gearbox oil. Now I'll show you which one is the engine oil. Not too hard. There it is there. Right there looking at us. That's the engine oil plug. And up under here, if you can see, that is the gearbox. And on the other side, I'm going to show you around there, is the primary oil right there. But today we are going to be doing the engine oil and the oil filter. So let's get into it. Okay, I've just used my little jack actually just to get the bike up level. I can spin the rear wheel, and from this side I can actually see the nut a lot easier from the right hand side. So I'll go ahead and take that off. Okay, socket on there, 5/8. Well, that was quite loose. Okay, so let's get the ankle, because don't forget oil is going to come out at a bit of pressure, so you want, you know, longitude, so the oil, if it comes out, when it comes out here, it's going to squirt down here. Okay, let's undo that by hand. Oh shit, that's hot. Now get your little rag ready, towel here, to pop this in. See that all right? Try not to drop it in the container. Oh, she's warm. There we go, look at that. Absolutely pouring out. Brilliant. Right, we'll just let that pour out. Now let's have a check out our plug. Okay, well, that's a good sign. That's a healthy Harley Davidson plug. So on all the plugs they have a little magnet on the end. As you can see, that little bit sticking up is a magnet. Now that attracts any swarf or bits of stuff that are coming off or wearing in the engine. You shouldn't really see much with this bike, it's only done 20,000 k, but there's absolutely bugger all on that. It's very healthy looking. So we'll give that a clean up, put a new O-ring on it of course. Okay, got the old O-ring off, so we'll put the new one on. Now giving it a really good clean up. Nothing on that magnet at all. Just brilliant. Okay, just pop the new O-ring on there, slide it down into position. There we go. All done. Alright, they can just sit there and we'll go around and do this oil filter. Okay, let's do the oil filter. Now as you can see, I've gone and brought this little oil catch can from the dealership. Now they just, you push it in, it clicks in, you can really feel it. Now it's brilliant. It has a little hose here which you can go down to a container, which is just fantastic. Have a little container there so it dribbles in there and not on the garage floor. So I've got that set up. We'll get our oil wrench. Any old way, just clicks, pushes on. You can see there's a little gap here to put your socket through. This really just does a void. You know how you take your bike into the dealership to get an oil change and you bring it back, it's got more oil. Oh, that's done up. It's got more oil all over the engine than it has in the bloody bike. So this really just catches catches the oil. You can see, just pull that forward like so, and that's going to catch. Pull it out in the container. It's going to catch all the oil. There's a little bit of a dribble in there. You can't always avoid that, but that's it done. So we'll clean that up with a rag, put a little bit of oil on the oil filter on the seal, and pop that new one back in. Okay, let's fit the oil filter. Now, first thing is grab a bit of old oil and just rub it around the seal here. Now, I have filled up this oil filter with about a quarter full of oil already from the new container. That just helps it flow when you first start the engine up, so the oil filter is not sucking all the oil away. Now, another thing we want to do, so when you fit these, as soon as the gasket just starts to seat, the official in the service manual is you turn it 1/2 to 3/4 more. So what I'll do is I'll just put a bit of tape here like that, and then we can obviously see where 1/2 and 3/4 is. So let's get this oil filter in. Okay, it's tightening up. So basically the oil, I can feel it, it's just starting to seat there. So the tape's facing that way, right round would be 360, 1/2 would be here, and 3/4 there. You can see, sorry, 1/2 would be around here, 3/4 and full. So we want to turn this round, that's to 1/2, and just a bit more for good luck. That's between 1/2 and 3/4 now. So that's basically tight enough. So we can take that tape off. There we are. Give that a bit of a wipe down. Right, well that's the oil filter fitted. Brilliant. Now we can go around and that oil should have drained out enough and fit the sump plug back in with the new O-ring. Now there is a torque setting to that. Install the engine oil drain plug and O-ring. The torque setting is between 14 and 21 foot-pounds, or between 19 and 28 newton meters. So I'll do newton meters, and between 19 and 28. I've got no thread sealant on it, so I'll go closer to the 28. So I'll go probably 25 newton meters. So let's get that sorted. Okay, well that's all the engine oil drained out. I've got my torque wrench here. Let's set that to 25 newton meters according to the book. There's 20. So I've got the 0. You can see that right there. So that's now on 20 newton meters. We want 25. So go around to the 5, and we're ready to go. Okay, let's just get this container out the way. All right, there we go. So let's give that a wipe up there. Make sure we got all the... There's a little bit of old O-ring stuck on there. We don't want that, we want it nice and clean. Right, grab our new O-ring fitted, double check that's on, yes. Tighten that up by hand. Now I did put a little bit of oil on that O-ring just to help it not twist. Right, that's done up by hand. Grab the torque wrench. Oh, there we we are, it's getting tight, so let's one more. There we are. Double check. Click, click. Done up 25 Newton meters according to the manual. Right, next job, let's pour some oil in. Okay, time to put some oil in it. Now the dipstick, where is it? As you can see, is a hot, full hot on Jiffy stand line here. So on a cold fill we wanted about half. So the initial fill is 3.8 litres, so that's going to take the entire container, including the oil filter. So we'll pop some oil in it. Now, with the first 2018 FXBB models, they did have a problem with the oil pump. It wasn't pumping the oil, called sumping. It wasn't pumping the oil out quick enough out of the sump back into the engine, thus causing pressure, and oil would come out the air filter. So we don't want to overfill it, but I have had the oil pump replaced in this bike and I've had no more problems. So let's go ahead and put some oil in it. Try not to spill it everywhere. That's it, that's the end of all the oil. Okay, oil all in, so let's just check it now. Cold fill, well the initial fill is 3.8 litres and then you top it up from there. So let's have a look. Where is it? Can't quite see. So it's about there. So we do need to top it up a little bit more. So basically, get the oil halfway up that little dipstick for the cold fill. Go for a run, and it should be up to the top mark. Hot fill on the Jiffy stand, and you're good to go. But just the initial fill and top up from there. Halfway up, cold. Go for a ride. Should be at the top mark, hot on the Jiffy stand. So last but not least, let's just go around and have a quick check of our sump plug. We got no leaks there. No, because I did turn this bike over quickly just to get it all flow through before I checked it, and no dribbles coming out of the oil filter. Fantastic. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching. So simple to change the oil in your street bob. It really is easy. Just the initial cold fill, and go for a run and top it up as required. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'm going to go for a hoon. Talk soon.